Oh my gosh, I wish I would know. I wish I had known this.
Hey, just one thing I forgot to mention in the video. If you're a new subscriber, comment below that you just subscribed to my channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to smash the subscribe button and smash the bell so you're notified whenever I post a video. I'm going to be constantly posting videos just like this to help you grow as a business owner. So don't forget to subscribe. So I have Yane. So just so you know, this is being recorded. We're going to put this up on YouTube.
Oh
Yane,
Lord, oh my gosh.
so just so we can get started, let me know. So what's your goal? What are you doing loan signings for? Where are you trying to get?
So I am. I don't know if you know. I'm new to this. I'm brand new. I'm not even a
I
month
heard.
in yet.
So
I
I
know.
heard
So I'm.
your first loan signing was an experience. I'll let people
Oh
who
my
joined the
Lord,
Facebook
was
group
it
to know
ever?
that.
It was 125 page VA loan. I'm like, okay, couldn't I start it off with like something, small? But anyway, I got through it. I mean, I
I
asked
went
a
for those
bunch of
loan
questions.
mods.
So what happened was, it's 125 pages, my very first loan. I had signed it with the signing service, and I got the offer like 3 days later. I was surprised. I was like, oh, you guys picked me? What?
Not bad.
I know. So I got the offer like 3 days later. And so I went over there, and I missed stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did miss
Yeah.
stuff, but but I didn't send it in like that. I didn't send it in like that.
I mean, that's the
I
key
asked
right there.
questions to your group, and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, what did I miss? Tell me. And then you guys coached me through it. So yeah, but yeah. So I'm 3 weeks into this. I've
Okay.
done 25 loan signings in 3 weeks. So yeah.
That's a killer way to start.
Woo woo
That's a killer way to start.
woo
That's
woo.
not bad, okay? Not a lot of people start like that. So
I
tell me,
know.
what's your goal? What are you trying to? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. What's the goal here?
So my goal is I'm looking for, I guess, a certain salary, right? So
Okay.
I'm looking to make a six-figure income, and that doesn't mean like
Right.
actually making 100,000, because I'm looking to make what a person would making who makes 100,000, but like without taxes. Of course, we don't have taxes or whatever like that. So I'd be good with 6,000 to 8,000 a month. That's what I'm looking for.
6,000 to 8,000 a month for sure.
Yep.
So tell me, how many signing services have you signed up with so far?
I have signed up with 30. I know. I'm lacking. I know. I saw your post, and I posted in your group, and I saw the comeback. You need to sign up with like at least 100. I got you. I got you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
So actually, I want to talk to you about that real quick. So because are you looking to mostly do signing service work, or are you trying to expand further and start doing direct work? Do you?
So I would love to do direct work, but like starting off, I
Okay.
thought, I mean, I don't know if anyone has ever started off with just direct work, but for me, I was thinking that the best way to go would be through signing
Definitely.
services, to
I
kind
get
of
it.
get my feet wet and to learn, and then branch off to getting direct business. Of course, more money, yes. So, yep.
Well, so
So that's where I eventually want to go.
the reason I ask is because if the goal here is to make $6,000 per month, there's a certain amount of signings you have to do with signing service that you would have to do with direct. So
Right.
with direct, maybe like 40 signings will get you to that to the $6,000 per month range. Now, if you're doing signing service work, that's going to be around what 80 signings per month, I give or take, right? Let's just do the math here real quick. Assume that every closing is like 85 average, some are more, some are less. So assuming 85, we do that times 40. Actually, it's going to take you 80 then, because that's already
Yeah.
3,400. Right? So it's going to take you
Yeah.
around eight. Right now, you're doing signing service work, getting
Right.
your feet
I
wet,
am.
getting yourself adjusted. If you're going to
Getting
do
myself
that
adjusted.
direct work, that's going to take 40. Signing service 80. So here's the thing. The question I had for you, since you're starting off with signing service work, What I want to know from you is, how are you approaching them? Or how are you calling them? What are you saying?
So I'm signed up with, I think I told you 30.
Right.
And like I literally call them like every other day. And I say, hey, this is CNA, I'm in Northern Virginia. I service these counties. I'm a full-time LSA. What do you got? I pretty much call them like every other day. And then and those are pretty much the ones that don't text me. And then there's ones I have that they text me, and then you got to be quick as, I get those too. But the ones that don't text me, and then they don't have the format where they text you or email you,
right.
Then I call them. But I seem to get less work with them. So, but the ones that are sending out texts, I've accepted more assignments from them. But and then the ones that that don't send out texts, I call them every other day.
Okay, that's really good. I mean, that's what you want to be doing. You want to be calling them. You want to be hitting the phone just so they know that you're there. So you said you're in Virginia, right?
I'm in Northern Virginia, so I'm about 20 miles south of DC.
All right. I want to show you and everybody something here. Can you see my screen?
I can.
All right. So what I recommend everybody to do is we go to Notary Rotary right here. This website, you click on signings, and you change this to all, and you refresh it, right?
Oh.
Hold up. All clients, sorry, not signings. Clients, you click on all, and you're gonna get like a buttload of signing services here. So I don't know if you've been doing this already, but
Oh, wow.
yeah, so you can go right here and click on states. You said you're in Virginia,
I'm in Virginia.
so that's gonna be VA, right? Or is it VI?
VA.
Virginia. And then you're gonna
Yeah.
see all these companies here. So I recommend that you don't sign up with anything that's below 3 stars. Call up all the signing services are in your state and sign up with them. Once you
Ah.
signed up with the signing services in your state, go to the signing services in the surrounding state and sign up with them. Call them up. Every single one of them. Call them up. Introduce yourselves. And then after you've done that, you've done the signing services in your state and the signing services out of your state, in your surrounding states. You're gonna want to hit up signing services in California, because there's a lot of business coming out of that state, because everybody wants to move because California has taxes.
Yes.
You're going to want to work with Texas, because there's a lot of people moving from other states to Texas because Texas has good taxes, and obviously Florida. So sign up with signing service in California, Texas, and then Florida. So just wanted to leave that snippet there so you and everybody has that information. And I want to ask you, what questions do you have for me? What do you want to know?
There are plenty of signing services. For me,
you saw the list I showed you.
I saw your list. I saw the 300.
I just shared you the screen. It's like,
oh my God. But I must say that out of the 30 that I'm with, I probably got business from like around 6. So they all haven't called me. They all haven't called me. And then like there's some of them that are calling me like every day. Like, so I signed up like within a month ago.
That's
and
good.
They're saying, okay,
you're doing a good job. If they're calling you every day, you're doing a good job. That's good.
Yeah. Or we've just now got, or no, I mean, I'm saying that the ones that I signed up with like 3 weeks ago, they're saying, okay, we just now got you all fully signed up, whatever like that. So yeah, but I've gotten business from like around 6 out of the ones that out of 30. So
that's not bad.
And, yeah. So
I mean,
and yeah,
you've been in business before, so you understand that this is a numbers game.
It is.
So right now you've signed up with 30. Mm-hmm. You're getting business with 6.
Right.
The business that you're getting with 6 is, you said you got 25 signings last week. Was that what?
I got 25 signings in the total. So I've been doing it 3 weeks.
You've been doing it 3 weeks. So let's just chalk it up to a month. And just to round it up. And so 30 signing services you signed up, you're getting business from 6.
Right.
And you've done 25 closings last month, right?
Right.
Average, what, 80, 75? What are we working with here?
My average is between 85 and 100.
85 to 100. So let's say 90.
Yeah.
So you've done 25 times 90 is 2,250. Not bad. First of all, so like, congratulations to you.
Woo-woo,
it's not a bad month. So again, it's a numbers game. So if those amount of signing services gave you $2,000 worth of work, multiply.
Right.
Sign up with another 30. And then those 30 that you've called up and you spoke to, you gave them the spiel, like, yo, I'm a good closer. Of those 30, 6 are going to give you work, and those 6 are worth $2,000. Times 2, 4,500. We're getting closer to that 6,000 goal that we're going for, right?
That's what we're going for. That's the goal. That's the plan.
So what do we need to do to get to that 6,000? It's a numbers game. We double it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So for this month that's coming up, on public, because this is going to be posted, can you tell everybody here that you're going to call up 90 signing services?
Wait. Okay, wait.
Now, I want you to commit to this.
You said double, and now you're saying triple. So I did 30.
Fine. I'll calm down. I'll comment that. I want you to hit that 6,000. I want you to hit that 6,000.
Damn.
All right, but 90.
I could do 90.
All right.
I could do 90.
I'm gonna hold you accountable to this.
Oh my goodness. I could do 90.
I'm holding you accountable to this. At the end of the month, this is the beginning of a new month tomorrow. At the end of the month, September, I'm gonna reach out to you, and I want to hear that you've signed up with 90.
So so let me be honest with everyone. Okay, so being brand new, there are some things that I'm still working on, right? So
yeah, for sure,
I'm working on my speed, right? So like I've heard people say, "Oh my gosh, I go in there," and I'm talking about I've gotten 150 page refinances, okay, 150 or more, and I'm like, damn. So I've heard people say, I don't know, people like you say, I can get through that shit in like 20 minutes. No, not me. It's not taking me 20 minutes to get through, or people, oh my gosh, I just closed 10 signings. I'm like, damn, I'm not ready to do 10 signings a day yet. I'm just 20. I mean, how in the hell can it take anyone 20 minutes to go through 150 pages? Some of these things, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I've had loans where they have to sign on every other page, literally. I kid you not, like some VA loans, you're signing every 3-4 pages out of 150 pages. So how in the world are you going through that in 20 minutes? Is someone lying to me or what?
Nobody's lying to you.
20 minutes?
Nobody's lying to you. It depends on the signer.
Okay.
It depends on the signer. Sometimes you have those people where they just want to sign. No, they don't care. So you go over the closing disclosure.
How long does it take you? How long does it take you to go do a 150-page loan? You're the OG.
150-page loan on average, 30 minutes.
Oh, I wish.
I'm still getting better at that though.
I wish. Minutes. It's taking me like an hour 15 minutes.
That's how I started. It used to take me an hour and a half. I've stayed at a it took me 2 hours. I'm not, look, if anybody's going to cast stones here, it's going to be me first. You got to throw it at me first. When I started this, like, my hands were shaking. I was stuttering. I didn't know what to say. They would ask me a question. I had to call up everybody under the sun. Hey, yo, Bob, yo, Billy, like, what's this? Like, I'm calling everybody. Right. It took me 2 hours.
Right. I'm not that bad. I'm on about an hour 15, but
you're doing better than me when I started.
Yeah, I am not doing nowhere near 30 minutes, and damn sure not doing 20 minutes. That's out. I mean, I'm not doing 20 minutes. So.
You're just starting.
Right.
You're still getting used to the process. It's fine. Eventually, I mean, 20 minutes. It's a small. When you do something in 20 minutes, it's a small package, and they just want to go. 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. It's a fair number.
Oh,
Where
I'm
every
working on it. I'm working on it.
where everything's signed and everybody's good to go. It's a fair number, 30 to 45
Right.
minutes. But
Right.
like with everything, it takes practice.
Right. 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 Yeah, that's true. And then, so another question I have for you is that, okay, so 30 45 minutes, that should be the goal. Okay, I'll work on that. Um, I
Quality should
want
be
to
the goal.
know.
Quality should
Uh,
be the goal. I'm not if for you to do a quality job, it takes you an hour, then do a quality job at an hour.
okay, so I kind of want to know, like as far as like fees for signing services, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know they're all over the place, but is there like a such a thing as um an average, right? Because like when I first started, I was like, I don't want to be lowball, but then again, I don't want to go high where they won't hire me. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
like I'm kind of having like, so some of them are saying, okay, you can kind of like what do you call it, negotiate with them. And
Right.
then some of them are saying, okay, our fees are our fees. So what do you do? What do you like
For signing
accept?
service fees.
I guess your lowest fee, because I mean, I really think that, I mean, I've done some, I mean, to get my feet wet, so to speak, or to get some experience. I've done some signings that were like 150 pages, 160, 70 pages for like $65, a couple of them. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking to myself, that's just too, I mean, in my opinion, that's just too damn low. You know what I mean? So like what do you recommend as far as like, just kind of like I mean, like what should be your minimum versus maximum, or
It's a
how
fair
would you go
question.
about, yeah,
With signing service fees.
signing
Uh,
service, yeah.
yeah. No, we covered title, but let's cover signing service fees. Two completely different worlds, a whole different thing. It's a fair question. First of all, you did the correct thing to have taken those signings when you were starting off for $65. I'll tell you that. Um, I'm gonna answer that question, but let's just cover one thing that I like that you said there, that you took that signing for $65, because let's say you're doing that closing for a platform such as Notary Dash. Notary Dash has like hundreds of other signing services on that platform.
Mm.
And the moment you take that first closing, you just opened up your whole world to a bunch of other signing services. So if you're like scared of taking that closing just because you're getting paid $65, like it's mind blowing to me why you wouldn't. Like
Right.
you have to understand the software, the algorithm. You do that. So my signing service is run through Notary Dash. That's why I'm talking about Notary Dash. I'm not sure about everything else, but you do. When I look for closers in an area, Notary Dash doesn't immediately show me closers who have done orders. They don't show me new notaries. You have to have done at least one order to show up on my screen.
Ah,
The way for me to see you, if you haven't done any orders, is that I had to specifically click a button where it shows me new notaries. So if you're a new closer and you've never done an order on Notary Dash, if that crap comes in at $40, take it.
ah,
Just get your
ah.
name and do one order today.
Right,
But
it's true.
it's going to help you with the algorithm. And I'm gonna cover another thing about that too. Just remind me after you've done a closing for a signing service what you should do. But okay, so here's the fees. 65, is low. It's low. I'll be honest.
Low
Um,
balling.
it so it depends on your area. It's kind of like a law of supply and demand. You're a businesswoman, you know how this works. It's a law of supply and
Right.
demand. Some areas
Right.
you kick a rock and like 10 notaries start hopping out, right?
Ah!
So certain areas, a refinance. 75, it's a fair fee because there's just a lot of closers in your area. And if you try to ask them negotiate for $100, the notary down the street charging 75 is going to take that closing. I'm sorry, supply and demand, it's how it works. If you're in an area where there's not a lot of closers, for a refinance, a fair fee, 100. It's not too shabby, not cheap, not too much. Signing services will take you up at 100. For purchases, again, if you're in a saturated area, I mean, look, if you're in a saturated area, you can still do a lot of work. But supply and demand again, it plays a role in this. Kick a rock and 50 notaries pop up. You can't expect to be paid too much, okay? But if you're in an area that doesn't have too many closers, you can get away with 125 for a purchase. You know? So to answer your question, it depends on your area. If you're in a saturated area, 75 for a refinance, fair fee. If you're in a non-saturated area, 100 for a refinance, fair fee, and 125 for a purchase, and 150 for reverse mortgage on the higher end. Towards the lower end for purchase, like 90, 100, and for reverse mortgage, like 125 to 100 on the loan.
Well, I actually had the same company, the same signing services, the same signing service. They offered me, I did a haylock for $75, and then which was like maybe 20 pages, right?
Yeah.
And then I did a refinance for 160 pages for $65. I mean, I was just trying to get my feet wet, but I'm like,
the fees don't match up. So the signing service, signing service is getting paid the same amount for the refi as they are getting for the HELOC, even though it's the same amount of, even though it's less pages.
Way less pages.
It's less. It's less pages, so but they still get paid the same amount, so they can only offer you so much.
Yeah. I'm like, how's that? I mean, go figure. Okay, $75 for a 30-page or 20 page. I think it was like 20 pages. $65 for 160 pages, and then you got to print. You got to print out 2. So that was really like a 320-page loan, printing worth of printing, right? I'm like, all right, well,
I mean, I just also want to clarify that this is my area. I'm in New Jersey. Again, you kick a rock, there's like 50 notaries in New Jersey, depending on the area. So this is the fees that I'm aware of in my area. I know that in certain places, if you're in a more rural place, like you can charge 200 for a refi. Direct. Here
in Northern Virginia, it's very competitive. It is very competitive.
There you go.
Actually, I was kind of surprised I was able to get in. I mean, it's easy to get into the business, but then again, at the same time, it's not, right? Because you have to really, I noticed about this business, like, I thought that I was going to be able to sign up for signing services and then they would call me, you know?
Then we all.
Yeah. You know, I thought like, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sign up for, whatever, they're going to call me, blah, 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 and so that's what I thought, right? And it's not like that. I mean, you actually have to make an effort to introduce yourself. They have to know that you exist. You have to be aggressive. You have to be assertive.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you could sign up for signing services, and I was wondering because, like, I heard different things. Okay, I heard people say, okay, it took me like 4 months to get my first signing, 5 months or whatever, and I'm like, oh man, really? Like,
ask those people how many signing services they signed up with.
Yeah,
I know the answer. I know the answer because I've asked those people and I've gotten that question too many times and I know the damn answer.
Yeah. Because I was worried.
It's like, I signed up with this like 5 signing services. Well, there's your answer.
I know. I was worried, but even if you sign up for 5, you gotta call them. You gotta get on their
Yes,
radar. You have to call them. You have to make them aware that you exist and that
yes,
you want business. You want business. You have to. Yeah. So this is definitely a relationship building business. I mean,
that's right.
you cannot sit in silence and expect to get business because it's not going to happen.
I agree.
It's not gonna happen. So I learned that. I'm like, oh, you gotta call, you gotta be aggressive. They have to know that that you want
You're
business
not
and
just
that
another name on the list.
right, yeah. And so as far as like platforms, I'm with signing order
It's a good one.
and with yeah, and I actually called a signing service.
Mm-hmm.
I was calling them randomly, and then they happened to be on what's the other popular one? Yeah, SnapDocs. And then that's how I got my first sign in through SnapDocs. But they actually
Nice.
like, yeah, but I called them and they were on SnapDocs. Like, oh, we go to SnapDocs. So, but other than that, I hadn't heard anything from SnapDocs. They don't like me. They don't like SnapDocs. They don't like me. So
SnapDocs, it depending on the area, it's tough to get work. My recommendation when you do call those companies that are on SnapDocs, they're gonna blow you off and be like, "Oh, we just get our closers from SnapDocs." Uh, yeah, you get your closers from SnapDocs, but you can still select the ones that you prefer.
yeah.
So if they try to
Yeah.
blow you off with that, just try to see if you can get on their preferred list.
Right. And then there's one more thing that I like to tell people that I have called like 30, 40, maybe 50 signing service. I haven't done the direct business yet, but and you'll get people who say, "Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. We have too many notaries. We don't need any more. Don't call here no more." Right? And then the very next one you call, they're like, "Oh, we're looking for people." So don't get
Yes,
discouraged. Yeah, don't get
yes.
discouraged. I mean, I have had people tell me to kick rocks. We don't need you. We don't want you. We got too many, and everyone else, and their mama is doing this, and blah blah. And then I've had the very next person tell me, "Okay,
I
yeah,
haven't had
we."
that experience, but okay.
Well, not in so many words, but no, they have. I mean, there's been people that I've called, and they've made it, you know, in no certain terms, they didn't need anyone else, and they weren't
Hmm.
hiring anyone else, and they
And
don't
that's
want
fair.
anyone else,
That's
you
fair.
know.
Maybe they do have a lot of closers.
Right. And then I've called the very next signing service. They're like, oh my gosh, we're looking for people. So, you definitely can't get discouraged because other than that, I mean, there's going to be people who say,
Right.
or there's people who say, hey, we don't want anyone unless they have 3, 4 years in the business or whatever, So, of
I
course, I
have
didn't
my
tell them
I have
I didn't
my
tell them how
own
many years
problem.
I've been in business.
I have my own problems with that. I'm okay with working new closers. I hold their hands a little bit. I guide them through it. It's a whole different subject for another day. I have my
I know,
problems
right?
with the whole experience thing. I've worked with
Yeah.
closers who have 10 years of experience and they mess up my whole file.
Oh wow.
I digress.
I know.
uh,
Go figure, right?
one thing I wanted to touch base on, you talked about building relationships. I just want to make sure that you're doing this because I want you to get more business and hit the $6,000 mark because you're going to call up 90 signing services and hit that 6,000. Of course, right? It's going to happen. And one thing I wanted to touch base on after you do a closing, just make sure that after the documents arrive, you can track it because you have a tracker. Call up the signing service or email or text, whatever is the most comfortable method that they were using with you. Personally, I like to text people, so text me back. Text me back or call me back or email me back and ask me to leave a review. If you're working on a platform such as Signing Order, if you're working on a platform such as Notary Dash, Zoma, I think, is another one, but they're big companies, so just ignore that. The Signing Order, Notary Dash, SnapDocs as well. The signing service is able to leave a review for you.
Oh
Um,
wow.
Other signing service, you don't see it, but On the back end, other signing services see your review.
Oh wow.
So whenever I'm in an area and let's say I'm in Las Vegas, I'm doing a closing there with the signing service, I'll look in the area and I'll look for people who have reviews. And sometimes I'll scroll down and I'll see somebody with 2.5 reviews. And I'll be like, 2.5 stars. Not review star. It's
Is that out of 5 or something?
Out of 5, exactly. Out of 5
Oh
stars.
Lord! Oh my goodness!
That person with 2.5 stars, I click on their profile and I deactivate them because I don't want to work with them.
Ah!
If you have 2.5 stars, you did something stupid.
Oh my gosh! How would you know? How would you know? Oh my gosh! I wish I would know. I wish I had known this. How do you know what your rating is?
You don't.
Ah!
You don't.
Oh my goodness!
What you can do is do your best job. Like I said, if you do quality work within 30 minutes, you do that quality work within 30 minutes. If doing quality work takes you an hour, you take an hour to do that quality work, because at the end of the day, once that package comes back to the title company, if anybody complains about you, if you messed up that package, like people have done in the past, and I have given them poor reviews because of that. I'm not ashamed of saying it.
Oh my goodness!
If you mess up in this business, it can hurt. It can hurt you in the long run. You have to think long term. Don't think, oh, I'm working with signing services. It's whatever. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, no. You mess up, you're gonna get a review. It's gonna be 1 stars for communication, 1 stars for responsibility, 1 star for timeliness. Then you're not gonna get more business.
Wow.
So there is a review system. You're gonna want to call up every signing service that you work with if they're on a big platform such as Notary Dash or Signing Order or SnapDocs. Call them up, text, email, whatever, and ask them to leave you a good review. Because, like I said, there's going to be other services that are going to go in your area. You're going to look at the people in your area, and they're going to be like, oh, this person has 5 stars. This person has 2 stars. Who should I choose? So hard. It's so hard to choose, right? Also, besides stars, they also do leave actual reviews. I reserve leaving actual reviews for closers that I really, really like and went above and beyond and did a good job. Because I also take other signing services seriously. I don't want to recommend anybody to them that I wouldn't work with.
Right.
So I make sure that if I'm leaving a review, it's worth it. And that if I write something about you on your profile, that it's worth it. But I'll be honest, I forget. I'm doing too much crap, too much things to remember to leave a review every time. So sometimes, honestly, I've done like within the 4 months, hundreds of orders, and maybe 4 people reached out to me to ask for a review. Wow. Sometimes I leave it anyways, but I forget. 4 people reached out to me to ask for a review.
I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna do the 90 signing services thing. I know, right? And pretty much I just so as far as being efficient in printing and like with last minute signings, I've gotten some. Do you have a car printer, or do you recommend a car printer or a scanner or whatever?
I don't have a car printer. Is a car printer good? Definitely. I mean, if that's within your budget and you're able to do that, I mean, go for it, I don't think it's that expensive to set up a car printer. I just haven't had to. Like I said,
I feel like I get I've gotten some last minute signings where I'm like, okay, I got to run back home, print the stuff out, and then go back out. So I was just kind of wondering.
I just run back home, I print it out, and I go out. But if I had a printer in my car, yeah, it'd probably be easier.
So my last question before we go. So
Okay.
time management. Okay, so here in Northern Virginia, like there's 5 counties that are connected. Of course, there's more, but in this area, there's like 5 counties that are like right by each other, right?
Right.
So, it could span from anywhere from 20 miles from to 40 miles or whatever, right? So
Okay.
now to manage your time, first of all, how many signings do you say you do a day? I'm just curious.
I stick to 5. Anything above that, I start ripping hairs out.
Yeah, I am so happy you said that because I am so happy you did not say, "Oh, I do 10, I do 20." I was gonna say, "Oh my lord."
I've done
I'm so
7 in a
happy you
day.
said that.
I've done 7 in a day. For full clear disclosure, I have done 7 in a day. It's
Uh-huh.
rushed. It's barely any time to eat.
Yes, exactly.
So I like taking my time. I like driving chill. So I take 5 for that.
Okay, so 5 per day. Now, so you're scheduling like what's the best way to schedule them? Are you doing like 2 hours apart or 3 hours apart, or how are you making it where, you know, and then not to mention if you have to drop off something off to FedEx or whatever, how are you managing that?
Well, to start off, I created a FedEx account. So I have shipping labels and packages, so I could just put everything. I have that in my car, put the package in the pouch, and I'm ready to go. So wherever there's like a FedEx on site or a FedEx office, while I'm on the road, drop it off. As far as how I schedule my closings, it depends. Um, if the closing is near each other, let's say like one closing is scheduled for 1, I would probably schedule this. I would probably take the other one if it's 2:30, if they're near each other, right? Because then
Right.
like I said, I could do a closing within 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So 1:30, 1:45, I'm done. I have enough time to get to the 2:30. That's assuming I have documents all ready to go. If the closing is far away, an hour away, I like to give myself a good buffer. So again, if it's scheduled for 1, I'd give myself 1 hour to the closing, so 1 to 2, and then an hour to get to wherever I'm gonna go. Because depending on the place I'm going, it's like 48 minutes, 45 minutes drive. So I give myself 1 hour to the closing. I can do it faster, but sometimes get some complicated clients.
It
This is what it is. And
is what it
then
is.
yeah, and then 1 hour to get to the closing. So in that case, 3. So
Oh,
depends. It depends on
okay.
where the closings are and how you can get there.
Now, do you give your clients like in another business I was in, like we can say like we can give ourselves like a kind of like a I'm trying to think like a cushion, right? So we can say, okay, like if they say, okay, well, signs at 3, we can say, okay, we'll be there between 3 and 3:30. Can you do that in this business or no? You got to be there at 3.
Oh, no. A lot of times, clients, when they schedule it for 3, it's because they have in between 3 and 4, or 3 and
Yeah.
3:30. And if you can't do the closing in like that,
Mhm.
they need that time. It's between that time and 4, or else they can't sign today.
Gotcha.
You miss that time period, now you piss off signing service, you piss off title, because now they and the lender, because now everybody has to redraw documents and reschedule the closing for another day.
Right. Okay.
So if this closing is at 3, you get there at 3. If God forbid anything happens and you can't be there at 3, you hold everybody up. Sometimes a client is flexible,
Right.
it's okay, but sometimes they aren't. And when they aren't, they raise hell and everybody's pissed. And then you get 1 star from me.